Game 2 of the finals for season 2022. It's Melbourne versus Canberra from Amy Park on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Whiten back from a week off and Papali'i. The bigger the game, and the bigger the performance from Canberra's giant front rower. Wolford away immediately to Tapane. Third in the league for running metres. Third in the league for offloads. Whitehead got a rest against the Tigers last week as well. He runs out past the 30. Bromwich there, and Nick Meaney there as well. He's Elliott. He's off to Newcastle next year. Is there another game or two for him in a Canberra jumper? And the winner plays Para, and the losers off to Bali, if you will. Played by Tapane. Here's Fogarty. Launches one high. It's wobbling around up there, and Chotrich has put a boot on it, and Grant gets back there.
Stand up now, boys. Let's go. Wait. Hold.
It was a miss kick from Jamal Fogarty, but often they're more dangerous than the ones that they strike well. They're very unpredictable. What a story. David Nofaluma playing his first final in his 181st NRL game. And it's not for the Tigers, it's for Melbourne. Now Bromwich. Hasn't had a great fortnight with his hands, Jesse Bromwich. Let's see if he can get it right today. Now, Big Nelson, he's out on that edge. That's been the other significant move from Craig Bellamy. Munster to fullback, but Nelson out on the right-hand side. Now, Grant's thrown it straight into Whiten. He wasn't offside, and Hughes explodes, and he kicks in behind them, and Seve throws it on the boot. It's a scrap for the Balls. Savage has got it back. It's a Canberra knock-on.
I saw Big Nelson with the ball, and that man on screen, Hudson Young, he went into the tackle and gave plenty. That'll be a match-up today, those two going at each other. You can see already the class of Jerome Hughes. Lucky to get away with this one, Canberra.
Yes, didn't take Hughes long to make his mark on the game. Great running halfback, 12 tries, 11 try assists in the campaign, but he frees Munster up. That's what Cameron said to Alana with Jerome here. There's not as many eyes on me, and they've got to mark him as well. So he feeds the scrum. Grant sends it right. There's a 3-on-2 here. Hughes goes himself. Hughes has pulled back a couple of metres out from the line. Rapida there with Whiten. The tackle count restarted, and they're all offside there again. So there might be another free tackle for the Storm, although Grant Atkins hasn't pulled the pin yet. Here goes Smith. Tackled right in front of the posts. The ball goes left to Meaney, and Tui Kamikamica. It's Nick Meaney's 25th birthday today too. He's playing his first finals game. Kamikamica, a couple of metres short of the Canberra stripe. Meaney floats one out to Nofaluma, and he got the ball back in, but Timoko is going to be dragged by Justin Olam.
Well, it's great defence by the Raiders, but in the end they're going to concede possession, I think. They had the Melbourne Storm covered there. Got across quickly and cover defence. Xavier Coates gets that back inside, and it's the Raider that'll be tackled into touch. Billy Slater.
Yeah, the Melbourne Storm dominating field position early in this one. Just the conditions. There's a slight breeze behind Melbourne, but that's actually drying the track out, so it's favourable to play some football, and the Melbourne get the first opportunity.
Good on you, Billy. Look forward to crossing back down to you throughout the afternoon. Now Munster feeling for the back of his neck. Trying to influence our referee early. Now Bromwich within 5, so the Raiders enduring a stack of early defence here. Here's Smith from close range, bumped away from 1, bumped away from 2. Whitehead, Papali'i in there, and Savage was there as a backstop. The ball's played to Grant, who sweeps it to Hughes. Now Meaney. Whitehead tried to have a rip at the ball there, but he didn't tackle the player, who's put down by Fogarty and Tapane. Grant across the line. Hughes now. This is danger for Canberra. That's a good tackle by Hudson Young. 5 and last. Oh, it's 6 again. They had a second grab at him. Now Big Nelson tries to run straight over the top of them. Grant puts it through. It's off a Canberra leg, and it's knocked on again.
Melbourne play
It just
the ball.
keeps
Melbourne play the
coming
ball.
for Melbourne. They're going to get the ball back once more.
That's pretty frantic, isn't it? It's hard at the start of the game, before you've got into your groove, to be attacking, even if you're only
On the line.
10 metres from the line. And Raiders have done a really good job up until now. The Storm will want some points to show for this.
Nelson. Wolford gets over there with Elliott and White. And look at that, 4 of them there. They've only just got him on the deck. Harry Grant scheming. Hughes. Oh, there was a real chance. He slipped over before he could hit top gear. Whitehead got in the way. Grant's keeping them guessing. Smith sends it out. Munster to Nelson. He's had a stack of ball and then he throws it over the top. And Grant's knocked the ball on. And there's some applause from the Canberra players, and they deserve to be satisfied with their effort there. That was great perseverance.
Great hustle and defence has frustrated the Storm. 3rd or 4th set in a row, Canberra's area. Big Nelson goes for the haymaker. I've got to say, Jerome Hughes, the opening 6 minutes, he's had the ball in space. I reckon he's ran the ball 8 times. He's looked to pass, but done in, taken them on. Sometimes when you've been out for a while, your running game, you're not seeing opportunities like you should.
It's not easy, Andrew, when you get a lot of possession early in the game on the line, is it?
Yeah, fresh defence.
Yeah. And that'll be a confidence booster for the Raiders. They'll love that little period they've just endured, provided they can get it to the other end.
So the old warhorse, Elliott Whitehead, runs out past the 20. Played it to Wolford. And Nick Chutrich, 5 tries in his last 5 games against Melbourne, and that's a very determined run. Tarpany gets a ball to Whiten, who bursts clear of them. That might have taken a Melbourne hand. This should be 6 more. It goes to Timoko. Timoko v Munster. Fens once, fens twice. What a try to Timoko! Canberra explode away.
Well, started with Tarpany. We spoke in the pre-game about the footwork of their big men. Tarpany, some great footwork. And then Jack White gets himself into space for the offload. Fast start. Tarpany, Harvey Norman-Rupo, they didn't get into space. Look at Jack Whiten's movements. Gets in between the defenders, finds space, and then watch here. Ricochet, pass. Timoko on Munster. Boom. I think he just signed a new deal too. Timoko extended his contract. Built close to the ground, really strong. It's difficult to tackle. This will show it perfect. Look at Jack White and get into space. Big left foot step.
Well, it's a real reward for that defence in the opening 5 minutes, wasn't it? They turned Melbourne Storm away on a number of occasions, and first opportunity, they're prepared to offload the ball, and Matthew Timoko has absolutely skittled them in the run to the line.
He had to go low, Munster. I remember he was doing running, trying to go high. He had to cut him in half and go low. Billy?
Yeah, it all started with the man that's got the tag, the best front rower in the game. It was a great little offload there by Joe Tarpany, and I thought Xavier Savage did a really good job just to, as a running fullback, he just drew the man really well. It's Fogarty, he's lining this one up. The breeze is going right to left, so this is going to be a tough kick for Jamal.
Dare I say it, it's normally Cameron Munster who's dishing out fens like that to hold the defence away. He's copped a bit of his own medicine there. That was a wonderful effort by Timoko, and the offload from Tarpany. Spectacular. They're an exciting football team, the Raiders.
Harry, can he move?
Well, that's a real confidence builder. I'm just wondering what the Melbourne Storm players are thinking. They had 3 or 4 sets down on the Canberra line, and really they mucked it up. Canberra repelled them, and now Raiders are first to score.
Elliott now. Angela, the Canberra bench, just looking at that earlier, geez, it's a big bench, isn't it? With Gula and Horsburgh and Hideaway Nida.
They're big and aggressive.
Yeah. So Whiten. This is going to dip late. Oh, not to let it bounce. Munster. Oh, he had to stay calm and composed, and he had to be prepared to cop a whack, and he did. Here goes Xavier Coates. So, Gus, when you were watching the footy last night, were you yelling out for Wonga Blake to catch it, or were you happy for him to allow disappointment into his life? What about those bombs from Cleary?
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have done too well under those. He was nailing them all night.
Oh. Munster at the advantage line, nearly punches through the gap. Elliott with an important tackle. Great Munster, great combination. Hughes has to kick.
The tip sheet all week would be no dummies off Munster. Don't take any dummies off Munster. He gets them every time.
It's flat there, Timoko. That strong defence by Jesse Bromwich and Tui Kamakamitha. Oh.
I thought it was chest. Right there, it's tackle 2.
It's on a high tackle here.
I thought he hit his chest. 2.
Well, he comes up to Jesse Bromwich's belly, but
back a bit, come back a step.
Gee. Well, cleared it.
Harry, move! Nelson up!
Big contact there. Up and just had to start. Gallops about 15 metres before the defence came up to meet him. He's Whiten now. It's super slippery out there, isn't it? Seen a fielding fall over. Short side raid, said Chris. Oh, the winger overran him right, and it was in front of him. He wanted a Gidley flick, but
play the ball here.
Well, the kicker played the ball. Jack Whiten. Jamal Fogarty had to stand up on the other side of the field and take control. There's an opportunity there, but this early in the game, you want to be kicking the ball down in the corner.
You've got to take him off. Should have tried to lay down.
So Timoko's coming off for an HIA, and he didn't even get a penalty for a high tackle.
Brendan Smith yelled out, shouldn't have laid down.
So Justin Olam now, 101 tackle breaks in the season. Right up there in the competition, and I reckon he's bruised as many ribs in defence as well. Yes, Billy?
Yeah, with Timoko going off with a HIA, Hideaway Nida in the centres on this right-hand side, and that's Cameron Munster's favourite side, so just watch Melbourne just hanging towards this left-hand side of the field in this set.
All right, Billy, here's Grant. He looks right on today, Harry Grant. Now for Bromwich, muscles his way up just shy of the Canberra 20-metre line. Grant goes to Hughes, sends it out the back for Meaney, and out to Bromwich. Kenny Bromwich with a kick in behind. Meaney chased after it. He would have scored if he got it back. He had the line wide open.
He's a skillful player, Kenny Bromwich, isn't he?
Back 10,
Catches
Melbourne.
this ball on the out and then just steps back and puts a little grubber kick in behind. Watch this, bang. That's talent. Nearly set up for Meaney to get the grab.
There's Jordan Rapinen out. He scored a try in his last 4 consecutive games. Super competitor.
There's a little bit of feeling in this here at the moment. It hasn't erupted yet, but don't look away. It's coming.
how we like our elimination finals footy. Willing and Testy.
Them two, Hudson Young and Nelson. I think they'll go at it. They're into each other.
There's not a lot of stepping backwards in that.
Not much diplomacy in Hudson Young.
Last tackle.
They aren't backing down those two.
Go, last!
Fogarty, end over end, high kick. Munster, well positioned. So last week, Cameron Munster, in a team that was pretty comprehensively beaten, 202 metres, 49 touches of the ball, 8 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks in the try assist, and they lost. Here's Smith. Solid defence. Tapane and Zach Wolford, now to Jesse Bromwich. So the first of 2 cracking finals in a splendid Saturday here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Oh, Nelson has squashed poor Xavier Savage. It's like standing on a snail in the garden.
Yeah, he zigged when he should have zagged. I'd have stepped the other way if I was him.
He looked at him and said, oh, I've eaten steaks bigger than you for dinner. Boom.
Oh, gives him the gut.
Yes, elimination action here, Melbourne-Canberra. Then we're down to Cronulla. Let's hope North Queensland get there safely. It is the Bermuda Triangle after all. Sharks, Cowboys. Papali'i played at the wall third. Now Fogarty takes off with some good toe there and stabs a kick up. There's a few chasing. Munster gets up high above the pack and then he stepped away from Elliott and got as far as Young. Oh, he's going to get in there. Hudson Young.
They got away with one, then the Storm. That was a penalty on Elliott.
Big Nelson with a dummy half scoot. Didn't show a lot of speed.
And offers a bit quicker, isn't he?
Good play.
And what an offload. And Munster on the back up now. There's a dummy. There's a Fenn. Oh, there's a good tackle around the ribs. Made away tonight. Given away 6 again, though.
Yeah.
Danger.
They're all resenting each other's tackles here. There's plenty of push and shove and plenty of verbal going on out there.
Melbourne are coming here. Bromwich out wide. Young around the legs. And Papali'i and Haduita Naida. Hughes flat. Takes them on again. Wrapped up by Wolford and Elliott. Played to Grant. Away to Smith. Smith targeting Whiten in the line there, but he's tackled well by Young. They've got through 4 tackles. Grant, Harry.
Get off!
Couldn't find a crack on the green wall. It's Hughes. Now for Munster and out to Bromwich. He kicks through. Nopaluma's after it. Savage has to tap it out.
And again, Bromwich with the very quick little grubber kick into the in goal. It's well diffused by Savage, but the Melbourne Storm just starting to get into a little bit of a groove. What's this? He trusts his back rower. Last play, beautifully kicked on the run for a big man.
Such a good skill, isn't it? Yeah. It's a back rower. The outside defenders have to come up. You see Cottridge has to come up, so there's a lot of room behind.
A restart from Whiten. It's collected by Kenny Bromwich. They'll be off to the Dolphins next year. Now, the Storm have lost 1 of their last 8 finals games on their home ground here at Amy Park. It is very much a home ground advantage for them. There was periods there they were unbeatable down at Amy Park with all the great players in the team. Great movement. Coates! Xavier Coates! Oh, this is touch and go. I think he thinks he scored. Certainly his body was over the line. It's a matter of whether it was on the ground.
Yeah, he's a great finisher, and he feels as though he's nailed this. This is beautiful ball movement from the Melbourne Storm. They squeezed up the Raiders defenders, got them engaged, and managed to get it to the flyer. Xavier Coates on the outside. Harvey Norman replay. Munster straightens up. Hughes straightens up. Beautiful work there to get the ball to the outside, and Xavier Coates is a renowned finisher. Ooh, he's there.
He gets it over. Watch Munster. You watched Munster, the way he straightens and what it does to Hudson Young. Hudson Young has to come in defensively, which puts pressure on the outside defenders outside Hudson Young. Munster just showing his class the way he's straightened that defence.
Try confirmed. They don't miss much, these wingers, do they? What about Tottenham last night?
Now that's an outfit.
Which one?
The one with the denim jacket.
We might send Billy Slater up to have a chat with those two. Billy, up for that?
I'll have to change outfits, but what about the craft of Cameron Munster? Just beautiful craft, looks in and just straightens the defence. You see Jack Whiten turn in, and that just preserves the space out wide. And Xavier Coates still had plenty to do, got the left fend out. Sebastian Chris nearly puts him into touch, but we've got an even ball game here at 4-all. And Nick Meaney, well, he's been nursing a leg injury the last 5 minutes. He's taking the kick. He must have recovered.
Don't think Billy speaks their language, Andrew. Those two up in the stand. Swahili, gobbledygook.
That's such an impressive put down. I know he does it a lot, but to have a player like Sebastian Chris portion you towards the sideline, and you've got to dive and control the ball on a greasy surface. And Nick Meaney now from out wide.
Coates' 14th try in Melbourne Storm colours. Meaney for the lead. It's going to swing left.
Time off.
Melbourne level in fine fashion. Kick right down the centre of the ground, and here comes big Tui Kamakamitha. That's one way to make sure you don't kick it out on the full. Kenny Bromwich enjoying a really good start to this game. They cashed in on the back of some possession there. As you can see, the last 4 sets belong to Melbourne as Jesse Bromwich gallops up the middle, and Zach Wolford stops him in his tracks. Ball goes to Smith, out to Nelson. There's Hudson Young down the bottom, and Whiten up the top. Grant Hughes with all his explosive pace. And a quick play the ball too. Now Grant's going to kick over the top. Meaney's chasing. Hideaway is back there. Trotridge is back there. He had to play.
Gonna go goal line.
He had to play.
Yeah, they're doubling up on the short sides after Nelson. Nelson gets the ball, and he's running between Jack Whiten and Hudson Young, usually winning the play the ball, getting the quick play the ball, and they're doubling up down that short side, giving Raiders some dramas. Is that their 3rd repeat set?
This will be their 5th set in succession. Lovely skill by Grant. Great timing on the kick. They're going to go short here, are they? No. And this kick of sorts by Whiten. Back comes Jesse Bromwich.
So many clubs these days are predominantly kicking short off line dropouts and playing the percentages. Here they come again, the Storm.
Well back the clock here, Kenny Bromwich in the first 21 minutes or so of this game. Grant away to Munster, into the line, sends it out to Hughes now. Nelson running strongly out wide. Look at that, he's holding it like an apple over the top of his head. Harry Grant, gee, looks dangerous. Munster back on the inside, now to Hughes, a kick over the top. It's a great Melbourne Storm try. That is Melbourne's best stuff.
Well, sometimes your opponent just comes up with something to which there is no defence. There is no defence to this. They take advantage of the quick play the ball with Harry Grant. Munster recognises it, Hughes supports. Here's your playmakers through the middle of the field in a very short space. Watch this. Harvey Norman replay. Grant out. Munster supports. Hughes supports. First thought, kick. How do you do that? First thought, kick. Steady himself, balance, and kick for Xavier Coates. Pinpoint accuracy. There's no defence to that play.
Just great attack. Great attack from Harry Grant, and then great support by the halves. The number one rule is, if a dummy half runs, the halves have got to support. Yeah. It's the most dangerous spot to attack from. There's the Telstra fan cam. There's our friends who we just saw before.
They're enjoying their day.
And look, they've had a big day.
Might have had a couple of big days. Well, he's got the first two. You just knew when he headed to Melbourne, didn't you, Xavier Coates, he was going to be a sensation for the Storm. Yes, Billy?
Well, when you got three of the best players in the game, you've got to play to their strengths, and you see Harry Grant gets out. Cameron Munster, he turns into a ball runner, not a ball player, and when the ball went to Hughes, he saw the space out wide. He knew the leaper that he had out there in Coates. Play to your strengths.
Oh, I mean, he's left it well outright. Canberra won the first try, but Melbourne just go whack, whack. 8-4.
Well, that was just scintillating football. Just looking at the replay again. The way the playmakers combine, but then at the end of it, Jerome Hughes, just to steady himself in all that frantic ball movement, plant his feet and kick a pinpoint accurate chip kick across to Xavier Coates. That's brilliant.
So at 8 points to 4, Melbourne just edge ahead, but the possession, it's all Melbourne. 68 against 32.
Well, they should be in front.
Yeah. Oh, Nelson, what a headache he's causing to that left side defence.
Well, since he's gone to the edge, he is terrorising teams.
Munster's got that one spinning around up in the air, and Savage with a good take. But look at this, they're full of beans after all that football, and the defence is strong. He's pushed back to his 10. Emma, have you got some injury news?
Matt Timokor has passed his HIA. He has just run back onto the field.
All right, thank you, Emma. Penalty. A much welcome one for the Raiders.
Billy, the goal kickers have struggled a little bit. How strong is that wind down there?
Yeah, well, it's swirling around a little bit, Gus. It was behind the Melbourne Storm, but I can't really tell which way it's going. It's sort of swirling around as it comes into this sort of bubbled stadium. But like I said at the start, it is drying the track out, so it's a really good environment to play some football, as we've seen the Melbourne Storm use their halves and their key men. And now the Raiders, well, they'll get their football through their big men in the middle with some offloads.
A weak touch.
He nearly missed it.
He had an ear swing. So Nick Meaney, he's an established goal. He's a very capable goal kicker. He kicked 10 from 11 versus the Broncos in round 23. So I think that wind is playing some tricks. So the Raiders are hoping to make the most of a rare opportunity with the ball here.
They've got to build the game again. Too many errors. To get back in the arm wrestle.
Well, they scored their only try from halfway. They really haven't been at Melbourne end of the field all game. Possession might be against them, but field position certainly is.
Whiten away for Savage. Shut down by Marion Seve. Whiten Bangs it up in the air. Chris is after it. Rapin is after it. Can't keep it in.
Play the ball.
So Felice Kafusi, can't imagine he's come off the bench for quite some time. So a tactical change there by Craig Bellamy.
Let's go.
Started with Karma Kamitha. And Brandon Smith, who has started pretty regularly, as Jesse Bromwich comes for a rest. Here's David Nopaluma. He's hoping to bring up the century. 99 career tries. There's the super coach, and Grant.
He just looks like he wants it over, Craig Bellamy, doesn't he?
Gee, Harry Grant's causing some headaches too.
He got suplexed in back plate. I think it was dummy half on dummy half.
He's up again, Grant, and he finds Munster.
They're really combining 9-7-6.
Sebe. Tackled by Seb Chris. Last tackle. Kafusi sends it to Hughes. He's going to kick high. He wants Meaney to chase. He's got Bromwich coming through. He's got Grant coming through. Savage super catch. And it's a penalty. Is there a mid-air collision? Oh, Harry.
It's unlike Harry.
He got a little bump over the top, I think, but I've said all night they've been resenting each other's physical confrontation. There is a lot of niggle out there.
It's a penalty for offside. It can't be for the competition. He's going for the ball there.
Papali'i giving a little backhander. Harry was ready to respond until he saw who it was.
Oh, it's his teammate at Queensland.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll let you off.
Get Billy to go and talk to him.
Yeah. So Big Emre Gula's on the ground now. They've been pretty stoic here, the Raiders, in the face of all this possession from Melbourne and the real estate they've given away. Wonderful to tell at the back of the game now. White, I'm seeing very deep there. Sent it out to Savage and then on to Chris. Coates came hunting in, looking for a tackle. Missed his man, but Kafusi was there to help. Now Rapin up. Elliott plays short to Gula. Over the 40-metre line, middle of the ground now. Wolford, Fogarty. High, end over end kick. You can see the wing getting hold of it, and they've competed against each other for the ball. Nopaluma and Munster, and now Wolford away to White. If they go left, they score. Surely it was a floating pass, and the defence had time to regroup.
Yeah, that wasn't the pass. The long pass saved Melbourne Storm.
Hudson Young clatters into Munster. Now, some of the Raiders fans, or a small group of them, making a bit of noise there, trying to get the attention of the referee. Goes to Timoko. Wrapped up well by Meaney and Kenny Bromwich. Only tackle 2, no need to panic. They've had very little ball down this end of the ground. It's foreign territory for them. Tarpanay captained the team for the first time last week against the West Tigers. They're up really quickly out wide here, Melbourne, and Seve has got a hand on it. Whiten's going to pick it up. He's going to try to catch them napping here. Sends a pass over the top. Couple of... Oh, geez, Chotrich knocked it on, but the advantage wasn't played. He ran a long way there, Whiten.
Oh, he played his advantage. He played his advantage.
It's up to me. I don't think that's a real advantage.
Well, that's no advantage.
He ran 50 metres.
He did. He took his advantage. And then threw a bad pass. You don't get a mulligan.
Clock's on.
Whiten ran a long way with that ball.
Ooh, Adam Elliott.
Another one in his maiden finals appearances. Hobbling a little.
Well, Jack Wighton's at his best when he's running and passing short. Long passing. It's not his game.
Fogarty! Oh, Fogarty! He's going to score the try from the scrum. How did he get through? And how did they not stop him?
Wow. There's a second and third effort in this run. A second and then a third effort from Jamal Fogarty. No real trick shot off the scrum base. They weren't really in shape to run a trick shot. But Jamal Fogarty with a little bit of a show. Harvey Norman replay. Now watch the legs keep pumping. They've got him there. They've got him there. They've certainly got him there. Oh. And he just keeps pumping. That's a great individual effort.
Well, the ball in two hands. Gets Olam up past the ball. He gets one-on-one with Mooney and normally doesn't defend in the front line. And then Nofaluma comes in and just doesn't drive. Just tries to cuddle him. To get some drive with his shoulder, and he just squeezed in between them. Too good, Billy Slater.
Yeah, well, Jamal Fogarty had that Achilles injury at the start of the year that kept him out of so many matches, but he's built well, Jamal. He's quite the strong lad. He's only short, but built low to the ground. You see, they make contact 7-8 metres away from the try line, and he just carries a couple over. He's got the kick now to put him in front, the Raiders.
Oh, they're pumped. They're getting right around him there. Jamal Fogarty.
Well, the goal kicker's about a night off so far. Can we get one?
We sure can. The Raiders are ahead. A wonderful stadium. It's a decent enough crowd too. Yeah, but the very partisan Melbourne supporters would be concerned with that bit of defence. You don't see Melbourne leaking tries off scrums.
They've only had 40% of possession to be in front. They're a miracle with how much field position the Storm have had. They've had all the ball, all the field position, and the Raiders are in front. And generally, that possession, it sort of evens up in these big games.
Carpenter. He just very rarely gets put on the ground. Such an athletic front rower, and Fogarty.
What a great kick.
What a kick.
Great set after points.
And he's racing down there to help lead the kick chase, and look at the green jumpers.
Yeah, they can feel the momentum. It's all with the Raiders. I'm going to back this up with a good defensive set.
Here's Olam. Boom. Corey Hawser is out there. There's a Raider chant. There's Melbourne shift. And Kafusi standing in the defence line. That's a penalty to Canberra. Yeah, he was standing there making a right nuisance of himself.
It's obstruction. They're ahead of the ball and interfere. No. Interfere with Hudson. Off you go, you're not the captain.
He plays out at Hudson Young. You could just see him out the corner of his eye, and Hudson, and he sort of plays at it.
Oh,
he got on the tap. I would have been tempted to take the two.
I think their tails are up here, the Raiders. They sense something.
that's a potentially really big call, that. If they could score off the back of it, they would just be doing handstands at half-time. Here's Tapane, short ball, try! Whitehead! It's Tapane with his magic hands again!
Yeah, they could feel it. No thought of kicking the goal. They sense something here. This is really nice forward play. Short interchange of passing. Brilliant stuff.
Harvey Norman replay. They just go to the line. It's an area they've been targeting. Nick Mooney is played fullback, played on the wing, but defending as a half in that position, it's such an important position to defend. You control your edge. That's 2 tries in that corridor where he defends, 1 to Fogarty, and that time Elliott Whitehead, that was a tough line. 42% of possession, and they'll be up 16 to 8.
It's perfectly worked. Now they really squeeze up the defence with a couple of decoy runners, and then they get Meaney one-on-one with Whitehead. That's all they're looking for. Meaney one-on-one with Whitehead, and he just pulls through his inside shoulder and makes it easy. Tarpanay, lovely soft hands.
Oh, glorious.
Beautiful.
Well, I imagine Nick Meaney coming through the juniors, even when he's a kid, he played fullback. You don't get the numbers up defensively, even from a small kid. Learning how to tackle, getting your footwork in a position, driving in, your timing. It's a big ask to go from a position where you don't defend into a key position.
Well, Ricky warned everyone, we are not here to make up the numbers. Well, the numbers are all pointing to the Raiders here early, 16-8. They scored the first try, they conceded the last 2, but gee, they have got their tails up now.
I think they've got to put Munster in the defensive line. In that position back on the left. They're kicking early.
Second tackle, Whiten says, boom, get it out of here. He's steamrolled by Munster, but he bounces back up.
Tarpon.
So only 3 times since 1999. Oh, mistake again. Only 3 times as an 8th place team won in week 1 of the finals, and the last 2 of them, that was Cowboys 17, Parramatta 09 have made the grand final. White. Bagula. Oh, good shot. What are you seeing from Melbourne here, Gus?
Pretty much what we've seen all year. It's not quite as good as it was.
Oh, Tarpany! Is it Arthur Beetson? What a game. Whiten now for Young. Defend on Hughes, and they come again in numbers. Tackle down low by Smith. Fusi up top. It's the last tackle. Here's Jack Whiten. Sends it to Hudson Young, who kicks to the in goal. Now Harry's got a hell of a job. He ain't going anywhere.
Not with Corey on the field. Hudson Young. Spoke about Kenny Bromwich. Well, Hudson Young, he's got some X factor and he's got some skill. This is a play where Jack White passes and sweeps around Sebastian Crisp, but this time Hudson Young kicks. And look at Corey. You're going nowhere, Harry. They are full of running, the Raiders. They'll get a set of 6 here with a minute to go. It's around 45, 50 seconds, set of 6. It's a HIA. Is Kenny Bromwich going off?
Yep. Gee, this is a big defensive set for Melbourne.
It's that short side trick shot where Jack plays early to Hudson Young, and then he sweeps around the back of Sebastian Crisp. Had a lot of success with that this year. In combination on the left side.
Munster with a great kick. Sails 50 and a bit. Back comes Tarpanay, who has had one of the great 40 minutes of the season for a front rower. It's Liero in 16 who's replaced Bromwich. 45 seconds. Can the Raiders put another one on the board? Played to Wolford. Sent away to Whiten. Oh, Smith raced out. White nearly got the better of him. He just held him up with a tap around the legs. Inside the final 30 seconds of the half. Wolford back to Horsburgh. He slips it away. It's out to Young now, but Melbourne with a very grip there. Well, he could have been pinged for an obstruction, but there was no advantage gained. Horsburgh. Last tackle. It'll probably be a kick, will it? They're going to go to Young. Hudson Young beats one. Flicks it out the back, and the play breaks down.
That's a great half of football from the Raiders. Brilliant. Storm had their moments, but they had plenty of possession, plenty of field position. The Raiders turned them away on a number of occasions and then hit back a couple of times late. They deserve their lead. They're on top.
And it's a good lead too. It's an 8-point gap. Hudson Young, he's been in great form again, but Tarpanay, what an effort. And Fogarty's try off the scrum was special as well. Big half coming up. Melbourne never beaten though. It's 16-8 in favour of the Raiders.
New Zealand's going to have a team in the World Cup here.
He's got claims of being the best front row in the world at the moment, Joseph Tarpanay. Back comes King. The second half underway. And Horsburgh down the bottom there of the ruck. Here's a good run by Liero, who nearly speared through the defence. The Raiders will stop there.
They were appealing for an obstruction again. Someone was in the line there from the Melbourne Storm.
Played by Jerome Hughes and Grant. Away for Kafusi. Smith for Munster. They play out left and Meany tackled strongly. Now Elliot Whitehead says he lost the ball. The referee didn't agree with him. And Munster is going to bang one up across them. It's a shallow kick. Coates is allowed to catch it. And he dishes it back for Sever, who throws it on the boot. It's on the ground. Raffin picked it up. It's a messy end of the set there from Melbourne.
Yeah, it was a poor kick from Munster for a left footer on the wrong side of the ruck.
Righto, Gus. Can Melbourne fight their way out of this hole?
Well, of course they can. Whether they will or not is another question. I like Canberra going into this game, and nothing's going to change my mind at the moment. We know that Melbourne Storm have got some champion players, but all season I felt they've been just a little bit below their best, and sort of being borne out here.
Fogarty. Oh, Munster, he's got to hurry. And he spins around and Horsburgh tried to slap him on the way down. And Coates with a try-scoring double in the first half. There's a lonely boot. Oh, that's what Corey did. He picked up the boot and threw it. I thought he was trying to slap him on the way down. Emma, some news?
Matt, we saw Adam Elliott limp off late in that first half. I'm told it's an adductor injury. He's just slightly strained it, so he will be good to come back on. That's great news.
All right. Thanks, Emma. Bombs away. Jerome Hughes sends it to Rapiner. He turned and knocked it backwards. And Savage is there with the ball. Now Wolford with a problem. He's been terrific since he's been elevated to the top grade. Now he looks very inconvenienced there.
It's a right shoulder. He's in all sorts of pain. Still not even on side. Just him holding that right arm.
6 more. That was touched by Melbourne. Well, they're pretty tough, the Wolfords, aren't they?
He's got some feeling in it. He's moving it around.
Hudson Young thinks he's been slapped.
A poke in the eye, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's asking the bunker to have a look.
It's a 0 tackles, touch in flight. It wasn't a restart of the tackle count. Okay. It's only a poke in the eye. It's tackle 0 from a touch in flight. No. Too late now.
Oh,
It's a thumb.
only a poke in the eye. It's not pretty sympathetic, was it? How'd you like to poke you in the eye? There's Horsburgh. Good change of direction off the right foot. And he was thinking about an offload, but Grant locked the ball up. So Wolford continues, as does Tapane. 139 running metres, 24 tackles. Fogarty takes them on again. And Liero and Grant bring him to ground, just over the halfway now. Wolford, and away for Gula. Safety first set, this one for Canberra. It'll culminate in a Fogarty kick. Munster coming across to offer some security there for Nofaluma. He's trapped in the corner. Here comes Olam. Bang! Oh, great run.
He's hardly seen any ball, has he, Olam?
Nofaluma, that's great work from the two outside men to get them out of danger. Nelson's ready. Great hands. Here's an overlap. Chris up against Seve. Seve beat him cold. They're all there. Munster's there. Coates for 3. Coates for the line. Yes! They've hit them hard, Melbourne, with a wonderful try.
Yeah, great ball movement coming out of trouble. They saw room on the outside. Jerome Hughes, catch and pass. Gets Seve on the outside. See some room, Munster. Harvey Norman replay. Look at this. Catch and pass. Seve just backs himself. Poor miss there from Chris. And then watch the athleticism here of Xavier Coates. We spoke about it in the pre-game. And look at the gadget arms. He gets there. They're back to Storm. Billy.
Marion Seve, he does a great job here to set Xavier Coates up, gets the ball to Munster on the inside, and then he just dishes it off to the flyer, Xavier Coates. But Marion Seve, he was only on a train and trial at the start of the year through the pre-season. He's had some horrific injuries, but he's playing the best footy he's ever played in his life. And he's in the final series. He's got Melbourne back into this one.
Oh, he's got Melbourne out of a real hole, Marion Seve, with the list of injuries to the outside backs. He's been sensational in the last month, and Coates with a hat-trick. Nick Meaney's been hooked. Seen a couple of wonderful Melbourne Storm tries. The last two, one off the kick by Hughes to Coates, and that one, top shelf. Melbourne by, Canberra by 2. The Storm really hunting though, and if you want to show your support for your team, you can back your team with a custom Telstra fan banner. Search Telstra fan banner now to find out all about that. So Harry Grant tackled on the 30. Smith with a long ball to King. Now Smith runs it himself. Horsburgh and Fogarty and Whitehead. Trio of Raiders. They bring him down shy of the halfway. Hughes now. Contesting kick. Rapana back pedals, takes it, and then goes to Savage. Off the Bloomberg with the tackle. Chotrich. Doesn't go anywhere there.
It's important for the Raiders to keep that positive attitude they had at the back end of the first half. They can't just try to defend 2 points and hold on to the ball. Got to be better than that. They'll need more points to win. 16 won't win this game.
I wonder how far away Josh Hupper is. For a reason he was still on the bench. What tough.
Late footwork again.
White finds the ground. Wants to plays with his feet. He looks up and all he can see is green. Be a Rooster next year, Brandon Smith. Sebek, Munster runs himself and nearly got through. Jeez, a freak when he gets the ball. There's nothing doing there, and he wins a penalty. That's such good football.
If you sat him down and said, "Why'd you run there, Cameron?" he would say, "I have no idea." His instincts, he just knows when to run, knows when to step, knows when to dummy and find space. He's so well balanced.
Oh, it's a penalty to you, Craig, not against you. There's Big Papa, and Tom Starling's getting ready as well. And Nelson now. He's out there to resume that running battle, although he's run down the left-hand side that time. So Whitehead the tackler. King taken well by Whitehead. He's dominating the second half possession here too, Melbourne. Munster again.
There he is.
Every play, he just wants the footy. Oh, Hughes, I think he's taken an accidental knee from Tapane there.
What knee was he hit Tarpany's hip?
I think it's incidental contact.
Nothing illegal.
No, complete accident, whatever it was.
Oh.
He's certainly stepping up the pace here, Munster, isn't he? He's everywhere. He just turned into that and ducked into it.
Some real concern for Jerome Hughes.
I think it's more the neck.
Yeah.
The way the head gets caught up. A couple of nerves may have been pinched. It's on report.
Wow. Which means a penalty.
Mate, we've ruled out the bunkers reviewed both of them. And they've ruled different. Mate, what do you want me to change? Oh, nothing. We're moving on.
Yes, we're off to the Shark Park. Sharks versus Cowboys. Straight after this one, we've got the Raiders and the Storm fighting for their season, and then down in the Shire, these teams are competing for a week off at a place in the preliminary final. It is a penalty to Melbourne, and they have opted to take the shot at goal to lock us up at 16 all.
Keep going.
So Munster close enough to the 30-metre line. He's not a regular goal kicker. It's on the preferred side for the left foot kicker. To lock an elimination final up at 16 each. There's a bit of pressure. Munster. Oh, he's missed it.
Yeah, he kicked poorly a few weeks ago. And that's why they took the kicking off him. And his first one, even though it went through the post, looked like a bit of a fudge to me. So his confidence is down in that respect. Or maybe the footy gods were watching and just blew it away from the posts, because that should never have been a penalty.
So here's one of the quirks of rugby league when the penalty goal misses and goes down. It's a 20-metre dropout. Don't see many of them these days.
See many do.
And Liero now.
So Jerome Hughes has gone off for HIA.
Yeah. Goodness me! Oh, Nelson lost the ball! He undid all his good work, and boy, that was a vicious run.
He's a unit, isn't he?
Oh.
He's in the middle now.
Don't run at Nelson this set.
Don't worry, Hudson Young, although he's running at Lewis that time.
He's got to regroup here. The Raiders, a little bit on tilt at the moment.
Might just pop down to Billy here. So Billy Hughes off. What's the change here? What's the structure for Melbourne now?
Yeah, Chris Lewis has gone into Jerome Hughes' position on that right-hand side of the field, so that'll be a like-for-like swap, although Chris Lewis is usually playing in the forwards, so you can expect Cameron Munster and Harry Grant to take control.
All right, thanks, Billy. 6 again. Played by Chotrich. They're starting doing the dummy half work, and now Papali'i. Liero and King combined, but he's just outside the 20, and it's only tackle 3 now. Fogarty away for White at speed. Spears it away to Chris, but they've got them covered. Bonnet's really out there. See if the Raiders can get some sustained ball down here. If they don't score, let's see if they can wrangle a 6 again, or a dropout. Oh, Savage with a kick, and doesn't find the end goal.
Yeah, I think it was impulse. Didn't look like it was planned. And that's what I mean by being a little bit on tilt. They've just got out of their game rhythm at the moment. As the champion team, the Storm, will start to apply a little bit of pressure.
Doing the donkey work.
That's not his job.
Yeah, he's had a few of them though, hasn't he? He's up there trying to win penalties or make breaks or...
So first it's Olam, now it's Nelson. It'll be a kick from deep in their own half though. Munster.
Nope.
It's charged down.
I don't think he played that, did he?
6 again. There's her answer. And Harry Grant steams back, runs towards Starling. So that's a fortunate break for the Storm. They get it back within 10 of the halfway, and Kenny Bromwich now goes inside Canberra's half. He's in everything, Munster.
Well, he's not going to die wondering.
King for Lewis for Kafusi. He threw it hard at him. He did well to catch that one for Les Kafusi. Harry Grant and Lewis into first receiver and takes the run himself. Pulled down within 12 of the line. Grant sends it away to Big Nelson. He's not going to kick it, is he? And now Munster. Now Olam's on the ground. Munster kicks himself. He was taken out. No, it's legal, says Grant Atkins, and Savage dives for safety.
Yeah, Munster was getting nowhere near that ball. He kicked it away from himself. But the Raiders starting to bunch and starting to look a little bit nonplussed. They're not quite sure whether they should be trying to score points or protect the lead.
like it's got slippery too as the sun's gone down. That breeze dropped off, Billy.
Yeah, it has a little bit, Joey, and there's just a little bit of dew on the ground now, so you can expect the footy to be a little bit slippery.
All right, we're in for a phenomenal finish here. One of these teams has 25 minutes left in their season, and it is a nail-biter. Canberra by a couple. Here's David Novaluma.
The difference here is the Storm they know they need to score. Raiders are not quite sure.
Meaney at the back, Munster backing up. Tackle count restarted. Oh, Munster threw it out there. Bromwich picked it up. But Melbourne are right on top here. The momentum has swung behind the home team. They stacked the short side. Meaney for Olam. The crowd are starting to buzz as well. They sense their team might be about to hit the front. Meaney sends it away to Grant. Back for Jesse Bromwich on the inside. 3 tackles down. Timoko in there. Fogarty as well. Grant, he's a danger man. Nelson barrages his way over.
This is the side Harry Grant loves to run. Likes to run to his right. And he gets out ball in 2 hands. What a player, Harry Grant, and this big machine. Last couple of months, his performances on an edge, and then now he's back in the middle. So destructive. Harvey Norman replay. Harry gets out, ball in 2 hands. Hudson Young comes flying in, and then he just gets one-on-one with Jack Whiten.
Yeah, every one of the Raiders here just moved a half a step too late. They all hesitated. And then when it got to this big fellow, it was all over. Nothing was going to stop Nelson from getting across the line. Look at that.
Yeah, Harry Grant. He gets out, running to his right, just sucking in defenders. Watch Hudson Young, jersey 11. Watch him have to come in there, which then it's a domino effect. It isolates Jack Whiten, and then you're not stopping Nelson there. Look at how big he is. Look at the size of it.
Not a hope in hell. They've got the 2 tries after half time. 16-8 at the break. The lead's evaporated. This is going to test the Raiders' resolve. Gigantic frame of Nelson Arcevic Solomona.
Well, I think the crowd's got the Nelson chant going down there.
I have to. Oh, here he is again.
Is Nelson the big guy off The Simpsons? It is, isn't it? I wonder if that's based on Nelson or so far. You know you've made it when The Simpsons have got a character after you.
Well, not Homer.
No.
I think the Simpsons were going a lot before Nelson was born.
So. I don't reckon Nelson knows who the Simpsons are.
Oh, he's a big fan. Loves money.
Mo owns a pub. Why wouldn't he? All right. New ball game. Raiders now know they have to score, so let's see if they can be a little bit more positive.
Red line.
And Munster kicks it out.
Jamal.
His 20th finals appearance, Cameron Munster. Oh, he's taken on all the responsibility in the second half. You want the best out of Cameron Munster, throw him into a big game.
Well, bigger the game, the better he goes. The more pressure, bigger the occasion.
Gee, that went forward.
Of course, we got away with that. Ricky looked calm.
Yeah.
Hudson Young. He left Lewis behind, and now he sends it to Fogarty. He's tackled there by Meany, and Big Nelson picked up in one hand by Starling, and now Papali'i. How long could he afford to have Tapane off the ground, I wonder? Chasing points. Fogarty on the last. Up in the air, and Munster, he was shielding Nofaluma, who made the catch on it safely. Here's Lewis. He's going to run into some tough defence here. And Billy, what do you got for us?
Yeah, healthy crowd down here at Melbourne, 20,838 in attendance. And you just mentioned Joe Tapane. I just saw him on the bike. I don't know if Ricky Stewart will leave him on the sideline for too much longer. He is the man for the Raiders.
Yeah. And he has done everything. This has been an unbelievable half from him. And we're only 20 minutes into it. Oh, Rapana. Brought a couple of divots out of the Amy Park surface there.
Yeah, the Storm just look completely in control at the moment.
They're taking forever to get back behind the ball, Canberra.
Yeah, they've kind of disintegrated. They've lost all their rhythm and all their mojo, and the Storm are just running themselves back into form. And
Emma Lawrence.
Great news for the Storm. Jerome Hughes, there he is. He's passed his HIA. He's got the card. He's about to come back on the field.
Okay, that is a massive positive for them. Shotridge is feeling a bit dusty.
well, they penalised the other one.
Please.
Never have, and he's just gone into his body. Tackle 4. Tackle 4 there. Markers up, wait! Time on. Go for.
Oh, good run, Papali'i. He can play it quickly on the last two. Starling, Fogarty sends up a kick that'll dip late. Munster run back with it. It's going to hit the crossbar. Oh, it nearly did, you know. If that hit the crossbar, it would have been carnage.
Crossbar challenge.
Yeah. Oh, Nofaluma squeezes a pass out to Grant. Now here's Nick Meany. The Horsburgh drags him to ground. Big Nelson comes to the bench. Another great stint from him, and Karma Kamitha's got on to replace him. 15 out from the halfway now, Melbourne. They lead by 4. There's less than 18 minutes to go. They seem to be getting stronger as the game goes on. A half volley picked up well by Nofaluma. And, oh, he got away from Whitehead.
Kicking off the back foot here on the sideline. No pressure.
It lands in no man's land, but he was offside there, Marty and Sevak. And here goes Rapana. Look at the kick chase. They're all down there, Melbourne. They're finishing downhill. Savage takes it one out. Haidawida, he's got fresh legs. And he runs for 15 metres there. Does a good job to get them going on this set. Fogarty off Whiten, and then Hudson Young. That's a nice ball. Rapana cuts back in field.
He had to float it, and that helped the Melbourne Storm defence. I think the Raiders are better to try and punch through them than go around them.
They haven't been able to string together any consistent possession. Whiten. Oh, Chris is coming after this. Munster loses it. He's offside. Oh, did he get back behind the ball? It's a knock-on anyway. So he got back behind it there before he touched the ball, Lewis. So that's why there's been no penalty as Hughes prepares to come back out. And there's a challenge from Canberra, I think.
Was it Munster?
Unfield ruling of knock-on Melbourne. Ruled it was a contest with Sebastian Chris. Melbourne are challenging.
Melbourne challenging, right.
Yeah. Melbourne are challenging, that was a tackle in the air.
Well, it's already been ruled on.
Yeah, Raiders kick chaser onside. Just looking at Sebastian Chris.
He's got eyes for the ball.
Whether he's contesting for the ball.
It's a contest. And he braces. Braces like he's got eyes for the ball. And he braces.
His eyes are looking at the ball, just looking at his hands and whether there's an action to catch or interfere with Cameron Munster.
Oh, please.
Well, he's watching the ball and then he looks up the last fraction of a second and he has to brace to protect himself. His hands are up there to catch it.
Yeah. He's looking at the ball. Now we'll see what his hands are doing. My God.
At this stage, he has no idea where Munster is. He's watching the ball.
I'll tell you who's got no idea at the moment. That's the bunker.
His eyes are always on the ball there, and the hands are in the vicinity of the ball. Comes off the hands of Cameron Munster, just checking to see the direction now.
Well, this bloke's offside, for sure.
Well, that was my first instinct, but...
There can't be anything but offside. The ball goes forward.
Yeah. Does he get
After
behind?
touching the hands of
he's
Cameron Munster, the ball has gone backwards. Harry Grant has retreated past the point of where the ball was touched and is then tackled in goal.
Wow.
Harry
So
Grant.
the challenge is successful. It'll be a goal line dropout. There was no knock on by Melbourne.
Where was the offside?
It's gone backwards off you and ground is such a dropout. He ruled not tackled in the air. Goal line dropout.
All right. Well, they're going to get the ball anyway after all that.
Nice.
Lifeline?
Oh. It's 2 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
It's a good restart.
Is Tarpany back on yet? No.
He was peddling. He was peddling pretty fiercely there last time we saw him. Yes, there he is. Number 10, so he's on the ground. 16 to go. Hideaway to Nida. Good run, good offload. Starling in support. Papali'i now, he's got his mate on the left. He gives it away. Starling again. Starling's lively. Starling's tackled by Meaney front on and Karma Kamitha from the side, just outside Melbourne's 10 now. Here's Tapani. Shrugs off one. Pushes off King. Tapani. 8 metres out. Corey Hideaway to Nida. He's added some energy, hasn't he? Papali'i back to Tapani. Throws a dummy. Not even he's going to get through there. Well, they've fired a few bullets on this set though, Canberra. And Starling goes away to Jack White and he kicks towards the in-goal. Munster's going to watch it. Oh, this might be a try. I think Hudson Young scored. Munster wanted it to bounce down and he is the right man at the right time. Another try for Hudson Young. It's his 14th of the season.
Well, we're going to have to check the grounding, but Cameron Munster was desperate for this ball to take another bounce to the dead ball line. And this young Raider never gave up on the chase. Harvey Norman replay. Whiten gets the kick in. Munster lets it go. Hudson Young gets right in underneath him. I'll have to check the offside.
Is he onside?
Because Whiten backed up to make that kick. Look at Munster saying, go dead, go dead, go dead. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Oh, he's a competitor, isn't he, Hudson?
Yeah. He's a try scorer. He gets himself in a position to score a lot of tries.
Look out.
Yeah, he's onside.
It just took a bounce away from Munster. He was trying to put on a barricade there, but it just bounced away, and Hudson Young.
And he gets it down there.
Yep.
How do you rate this bloke, Gus? Hudson Young, he's jumped out of the ground this year.
He's a beauty. I heard a smart judge the other day by the name of Andrew John say that he should be on the Kangaroo Tour at the end of the year.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. He'll be there. Billy.
Well, it was an unorthodox set, and it finished with probably the most unorthodox player in the competition in Hudson Young. That's his 14th try of the season. He's a real try scorer, and he's just got a knack of getting the ball down over the white line. And there was about 4 offloads in that set. That's the key to the Canberra Raiders. And Jamal Fogarty, well, he's going to put the Raiders in front.
Incredible finish here, elimination finals footy, and we have got a brilliant end coming up. And the great news is, straight after this, the Sharks are up against the Cowboys live from PointsBet Stadium, with both teams looking to secure that week off and move to within 1 win of the grand final. This will be a great contest, and the only place you'll see it live and free is here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. 2v3. The Sharks hosting the Cowboys. You see Connor Tracy there, bottom right of screen. He's one of the returning players.
What's the capacity there?
Oh, look, I think it's somewhere around 12,000 at the moment because the ground's undergoing renovation.
It wouldn't be nice to have a 25,000 capacity there.
Well, it'll feel like 25,000 because they pack that in, and gee, the Sharks fans make some noise.
Well, they deserve a stadium like that.
The Raiders by a couple. It's a seesaw of this one. Hideaway tonight, he's been great since he's come on the ground for this second stint, and then he offloads here for Tapane.
This is when they're at their best. When their big men roll forward, run hard, get the bumper bars up, and then offload.
Oh, another great run from Corey.
All their big men. They've all got footwork. Big bump, late offload.
Oh, he ripped it out. It's a penalty. He said the call of hell was coming. That was simultaneous, I'm sure. Oh, is the penalty for a 2-man strip?
No,
No, it's after he called held, is what he's saying.
Well, don't we normally just give the ball back in that situation?
No, it's only if he passes it, not if it's stripped.
Oh,
But you're right, that's where the rule should extend.
well, he was. Oh, he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball.
Yeah. Football gods were watching.
They're going to challenge? No? Yep, they're going to challenge.
Ash, you got a captain's challenge, mate. On-field ruling of loss from Melbourne.
He just loses that one.
Comes off his head. This is getting up.
Just seeing if there's any interference from Nick Kotrick.
No.
Nothing.
His hand's caught in there. It's a loose carry from Justin Olam. Nick Kotrick is just trying to get his hand out. The challenge is unsuccessful.
That's a terrible challenge. Still got 12 minutes to go. There could be a bigger play before this game's over.
The NRL Telstra Premiership Grand Final returns to Accor Stadium, Sydney, for both the men's and the women's matches in October 2. Be there to witness all the excitement live. NRL.com/tickets, the place to go.
Big game tomorrow. Knights v Roosters, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
Both undefeated.
Whiten. They've got some numbers here. Savage, he didn't give it to Rapiner. He took them on himself, and they had time to get across. Now Jack Whiten. The Raiders have come to life. Oh, he lost it.
That was right.
The ball's come
There we
free.
go.
He's trying to pinch it back. And Meany runs onto one now. And he came at great pace there.
Papali.
And Brandon Smith. He's had 15 minutes or so's rest. Grant for Munster. Into the line. Meany wanted to pass, decided not to, and got a good tackle.
Oh, down to the last 10 minutes of the season for one of these two teams.
Munster rolling it through. Oh, they're racing through, and Savage had to put his body on the line there, and he did that. Oh! There's a penalty to Canberra. The tackle was completed. I don't think they heard the call.
There'll be a lot of noise down in that corner.
Yeah.
The kick chase and a little bit of inexperience there from young Savage, standing up when he didn't have to. Gave them another chance to make a second effort in the tackle. He should have just stayed down for a moment. He had plenty of time on his side.
Oh, what about the pass?
This has all been down their left side, hasn't it, Melbourne? Jerome Hughes hardly touched the ball in the last 10 minutes. Haven't seen any play going down the right.
Karma Kamitha's trying to pinch it again.
Yeah, the Storm are trying to strip everything in every play the ball.
Oh, there's a run. That is a sensational charge by Papali'i. 6 again as well. In fact, that should have been a penalty. It was inside the 40.
Terrific game.
Brilliant. What entertainment.
I reckon next game, Cowboys Sharks will be the game of the weekend. I reckon it'll be all out attack, far surface. What a game that'll be.
What about tomorrow?
I know what's going to happen there.
Oh, bounces away from Munster. It's calm. 8 minutes to go. The Raiders by 2. Oh, White with a big shot, and Sever is on the travelator backwards.
Yeah, that was an origin play, that one. Come out of the line and nailed him one-on-one.
We talk about Munster, the bigger the occasion. Well, Jack Whiten, the tougher the occasion, the better he goes. As tough as they come.
Oh, Melbourne under pressure here. Nelson with a good run. Young stood his ground. He lost it, Big Nelson.
Yeah, and they blew that challenge earlier.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
They blew that challenge earlier. Not that this would have been overturned, but
Hudson Young, he's down after that big tackle. I think it's just cramp.
Yeah. Well, this replay will be interesting, Gus.
I don't know that he dropped it.
He didn't drop it, did he?
He didn't drop it.
Can't drop a ball the size of his hands.
Wow.
He had it the whole time, but they wasted that challenge over the other side of the field.
Yeah.
You got to hold your guts.
Last time that midfield scrum, they came to the left. Xavier Savage had some space.
It was a big play by Jack White. Sprinted out of the ground, nailed his man, drove him backwards.
Straight in, please. Let's go. Wait, Jack.
Well, this will be one of Munster's best if he can pull this out for his team. There's plenty of time. It's going to take some Munster brilliance. If the Raiders can nail a try here, oh, they're so close to going through. Here's Whitehead. The pivotal set in the game, you fancy. Here's Horsburgh with an inside pass to Papali'i, who has been immense in the last little while. 5 short of Melbourne's line. Starling Horse, but they read it like a book. Good tackle. Now Whiten out the back. Oh, Savage. It's off his head. It's off his head. It should be a try. Rapiner has got the ball down. It came straight off the head of Chris. And the Raiders are ahead by 6. And Fogarty's got a kick maybe to send them through to week 2.
Well, it's dead set come off his head. I thought it might have gone a little forward. That's incredible. Harvey Norman replay. Out to the left. It's battered on by Savage. It hits Chris in the head.
So
Brilliant stuff.
Who gets the try assist there? Surely not Sebastian Chris.
Yeah, the noggin.
Oh, this will look great from this angle. Great pitches. Boom.
Right off his scone.
Straight off his melon.
The most famous Falcon in Canberra Raiders history, that one.
Now we've got a big kick coming up here. Jamal Fogarty, he wanted to go for a walk, get away from the celebrations and narrow his focus, get his heart rate down. This is a big, big kick, this one. He doesn't put any draw on, he hits it pretty straight. He'll aim it around a foot inside that right post.
Jamal Fogarty. He joined the club in the off-season. He's only played 14 games after coming back from the Achilles, and he can put his team through to week 2 here. From inside the touchline, Fogarty's kick's coming back. Fogarty has nailed it.
Well, he was a big off-season purchase. The Raiders looked everywhere for a number 7. Not only did they get a halfback, but they got a cool-tempered man under pressure who can also goal kick. Fortune favours the brave. Fogarty here with the kick of his life.
Oh,
what a kick. No, we'll go short.
Step back.
it's knocked back by Tapane, and Rapiner has pounced on the ball. Melbourne hasn't exited the finals in week 1 since 2014. Their season is hanging on the brink right now. They've got to jag a try with their next possession.
Well, the 8-point half-time lead has been restored. Rapiner takes a little bump here, but he's just buying time now and building frustration on the Storm, slowing things down.
Horsburgh. Well, Ricky and Bellamy. Oh, what about what about this performance from Papali'i in the back 20 minutes of the game?
Machine.
Oh. And Tapane's first half helped set it all up. The 2 props for Canberra have been out of this world. Starling sends it right. Fogarty to Whiten. Whiten out to Chotridge. He's happy to let it go over the sideline. Less than 4 to play.
Play the ball.
Well, we talked all game about Canberra's record down here in Melbourne, and as great a team as this Melbourne Storm has been over the last decade, Canberra have always troubled them. They've never had any fear about coming south. Here comes the Storm.
Here they go. Seve down the right. Steps back in. Chris drags him down.
It's not over just yet.
Nope. It's a wonky pass. Picked up by Munster. They're a bit disorganised out this side in defence. Great shot. Meany nailed.
That's a tackle.
Good hit.
Are they going to have a look at it?
Just wait. Tackle 2, time off. 2.
Oh, Whitehead.
They clash heads, huh?
No.
Wait.
I think he's just jarred.
Whitehead actually got hit in the head by Meany's shoulder.
Harry Grant, Big Nelson, 3 to play. They've got to score in this set. It's away to Hughes and out to Kafusi. Kafusi, he's going to go over the sideline. He kept it in. Coates went out. Great defence, Canberra.
Yeah, Jack Whiten. That's a moment. We spoke about him coming out of the line with a big origin play. Well, he stands up here again. Drives Kafusi 10, 15 metres. Look at this. Gets his head in there and just pumps the legs. He's a winner. He's a winner, Jack Whiten. And look at the reaction of the players and the coach.
He's been poker-faced all game, Ricky. He's just let himself get a bit excited now.
I think he said, get that India. Only a couple of minutes left now in the Storm season.
Parrot Canberra next week. There's Tapane.
I think Mitchell Moses will be right to play. By all accounts.
What about the clash of the props? These two Canberra boys up against Polar and Campbell Gillard. Oh, can't believe he's still rampaging. He had it ripped out. He knocked the ball on. Have they used their challenge?
Well, for such a big man, the agility.
Ash got a captain's challenge from Canberra. On-field decision to knock on with a loose carry. Melbourne just affecting a tackle.
He hits and rolls and skips, but he doesn't lose his momentum. That changes hands. Hits and rolls. Harry Grant plays at the ball. This should be play on.
Oh, the Viking caps.
Harry Grant, and whether it's a loose carry or played at.
The Viking caps made its way to Melbourne.
He plays at the ball there.
Yeah,
Joshua Parley
still
pushes
a lost
Harry
ball.
Grant off. There's no intent to strip. It's a loose carry. The challenge is
It's
unsuccessful.
just like you were saying, boys.
Yeah, you can't.
he's got you plugged in. And whatever you say, he's going the other way.
Kids today are just funny. Forget about the bunker. Kids today are funny. You lost the ball, mate.
He's done that.
I don't care how it happened. You lost the ball. So who's got the ball?
Melbourne. Look at that.
That's right.
The Raiders. Oh, they're going to fight on. We said at the start, we're not here to make up the numbers. It was the message from Ricky Stewart.
So that game we played at Combank next week.
I believe so.
Friday night.
Yep.
That'll be beauty. Raider versus Eel.
You got to say, this time of year, momentum's so important. I will say the momentum's probably with Canberra.
Well, they'll come into that having won 8 of their last 9 games. And they've also won 7 of their past 9 away from home. So they're on a roll. A reminder too that Melbourne grabbed the lead in this second half, so the Raiders have had to dig deep, and they've fought back to overcome. And Whitehead, just to add a bit of final insult into it, he has snatched it away, Elliott Whitehead, and the Canberra Raiders have knocked the Melbourne Storm out of the season. The Raiders soldier on to week 2, 8 beats 5. They've won 5 straight in Melbourne now. Oh, Papali'i, what an effort. Great win for Canberra. Melbourne season over. Raiders 28, Storm 20.